Welcome to the deep dive. Today's mission is to unpack something incredibly fascinating for you called Project Aksara. It is basically this wild convergence of traditional fine art, AI-generated music, and deep personal reinvention.
Yeah, it really is a fantastic story. I mean, we are exploring how a sudden corporate firing actually led a former flight attendant to, create this entire formula for blending static canvases with digital soundscapes.
Which sounds like total sci-fi,
Right.
Like imagine you are just staring at a static abstract painting on a gallery wall and suddenly it starts generating its own perfectly synchronized cinematic soundtrack.
Exactly. And the architects behind this are Rull MacKenzie, who is a self-taught Malaysian abstract artist, and his collaborator Adan, who works as a lyricist and AI coordinator.
Right.
Together, they pair Rull's physical paintings with custom digital audio. It is all rooted in this traditional Malay concept called Menaikkan Seri.
Menaikkan Seri. Let's unpack this. What does that actually mean in this context?
Well, it basically means to elevate a piece's visual and emotional resonance. So they want to transform a static spatial medium into a temporal experience for you. You don't just look at it, you experience it through time.
Oh, wow. So it is kind of like giving a painting a dynamic soundtrack, so you can step directly into the artist's emotional state at that exact moment.
Yeah, that is the exact goal. But I mean, randomly combining AI music and art does not automatically create synergy. It just makes chaotic noise.
Right, yeah. So how do they actually bind the auditory and visual elements together so perfectly?
They rely on what they call a mathematical synergy model. Adan actually feeds visual themes into an AI generator. So he translates the physical properties of the painting, like the aggressive density of the brushstrokes or the colors, into structural prompts for the AI.
Wait, really? So it mathematically quantifies the visual art to generate matching audio parameters. That is brilliant.
It really is. And to perfectly align the narrative of the song with the canvas's symbolism, they use a very strict creative constraint.
Which is what? Oh.
The word Aksara absolutely must be included in the lyrics of every single track they produce. You can actually hear this in their debut playlist, Nadi, Jiwa.
Here is where it gets really interesting to me. We constantly hear this narrative about AI replacing artists, but Rull and Adan are proving AI can just be a collaborative paintbrush, if humans retain creative control.
Definitely. I mean, the AI handles the heavy lifting on the instrumentation, but Rull actually sings his own vocals over the tracks. His physical voice and that specific anchor word inject the human soul right back into it.
And this mastery of uncomfortable brand new technology was not learned in some cozy art school. It was forged in a real-life crisis, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really serves as a masterclass in psychology now. Rull spent 11 years traveling the globe as an airline cabin crew member. But then in 2015, a sudden corporate restructuring led to his immediate dismissal.
Which is just devastating. I mean, your entire identity and career are they're gone overnight.
Completely. But to survive it, he leaned heavily into cognitive reframing to turn this massive trauma into a full-time art enterprise.
Right. But what does that actually look like in practice? It's not just telling yourself to look on the bright side, is it?
No, not at all. It is an active psychological process where you structurally alter how your brain perceives a trigger. He didn't just passively view his firing as a failure. He forced himself to process the intense discomfort as raw material.
Which brings us to the Mind Asset English channel.
Yes, hosted by vocal educators Aryan and Sara. And just to clarify for everyone, we mean the language teachers here, not the Bollywood actors of the same names.
Right. Good clarification. I mean, how exactly does language teaching tie back to Project Aksara?
Well, they actually use Rull's story to teach non-native speakers about resilience. Because mastering a language, much like human-AI collaboration, requires embracing constructive discomfort. You have to be okay with sounding foolish and stepping into the unknown.
Exactly. So what we've seen today is how merging human grit, traditional motifs, and generative AI can birth entirely new media formats.
It is a great reminder that the synthesis is what matters most. Getting knocked completely off your path might just be the exact pressure you need to invent a new one.
So well said. And that leaves us with a final question for you to mull over. If you had to choose a single anchor word like Rull, Project Aksara, to translate your own life's biggest setback into a piece of art, what would your word be?
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you!